What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to A Different Perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. Yo, so something ironic happened recently. Earlier today or yesterday, I came across a video on Instagram. It was a clip of Brittany Renner sitting down with Deion Sanders in front of a group of boys. It looked like they was on a college campus, but they were sitting down and she was having a conversation with them, basically trying to give them a heads up of what it is that they're actually signing up for when they're, choosing to be athletes, right? And especially ones that perform on a high level to where they might get a lot of recognition. So she's the spokesperson, I guess, for the type of females to look out for. This is confusing. Y'all want to know what's going through my head? What's going through my head is, she speaks about not being a bad person, not being someone who is after certain type of men of certain caliber and status because of their status, but yet she's the one that's been put in the position to do what it is that we're about to see. I don't know. We're just gonna watch this. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's go. I wonder if they knew she was coming. Hey, no, they didn't know. Look at this dude right here. They didn't know. They didn't know she was coming.
Calm down.
Can you introduce yourself and let's go from step A to Z, because we got to kind of show these guys the other side of game. And that's why you gracefully blessed us with your presence, so they can understand from your point of view how this game is played.
So my name is Brittany Renner, aka Bundle of Brittany on Instagram. I have been on social media for
Joe ain't took notes all year, but now you want to take And that's how the game starts, with the phone.
Right.
They're going on Instagram and they see you. And what happens? They try to get off in them DMs. And kind of take us on the journey of how this is played out.
I mean, honey, I feel like my DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it just, for me, I feel like...
I'm sorry, Brittany. I'm sorry, but I don't think you win in too many more arguments after a statement like that. She said, my DM is like the Nike store, nothing but checks. What does that mean? What is she saying? A bunch of athletes sliding in her DMs. Checks. Money. Bags, left and right. I mean, you can't make a statement like that and expect for people to not think that you're a gold digger. You can't make a statement like that and expect for people to want to take your side when you're saying, I'm the victim. But maybe it was a joke.
Hold on. They missed that game.
Nothing but blue checks.
Okay, there we go. So, see, you gotta clarify. She said nothing but blue checks. That's a bit different. You don't have to have money to have a blue check. You don't have to be rich to have a blue check. All right, that's different now.
They missed that game right there. She says like a Nike store.
It's like a Nike store. There's nothing but blue checks. So honestly, when you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. So for me,
she don't mean checks, paper. She mean blue checks.
I'm talking heavy
Verified.
hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. It's like, to me, once you reach that level just of popularity, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. And for me, my whole journey on here, I felt like my life almost felt like I was in Disney World, like I lived in Disney World. Like, you get to skip the line, you get privilege. Like, people just want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. And you can either...
Yeah, there's some truth to that, most certainly. When you have a degree of celebrity, you know, people may treat you as though you're not real. Especially if you're someone that they can only see through a device. They may not view you as somebody who has feelings or somebody who is an actual human being.
You know, use it to your advantage and maybe abuse it, or you can, you know, try to make something happen. So a lot of guys who are in my DM, you're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play...
Pause real quick. Now let's be honest. Even if she wasn't Brittany Renner, the Brittany Renner that we know today, guys would still be in her DMs just because she's attractive.
A sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. A lot of times, women, men in general, everybody wants something.
Thank you.
Let's go back. She did spit a little game right there. Listen to that part.
You're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play a sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you.
She said, naturally, if you play a sport, that's going to be an incentive to talk to you. Let's make one thing clear, you guys, real quick, in regards to this whole athlete thing, right? Athletes, right? So think about females being with athletes like guys being with very attractive women. It may not last long, right? A lot of times you'll see rich, successful men be with very attractive women, but that's not who they end up settling down for. They might settle for the average looking woman, right? But here's the flip side to it that a lot of females I don't think are really paying attention to in regards to athletes. Let's make it specific when it comes to the athletes we speak of. Let's talk about basketball players, NBA players, and NFL players. The percentage of NFL players that go bankrupt or have some type of financial inconvenience happen to them after 2 years of retiring. Let's say they retire in their early 40s, after 2 years of retiring, is 78%. That is a big margin of NFL players who go bankrupt or have some type of financial mishap after only 2 years of retiring. For NBA players, it's about 60%. It makes sense why it's more higher for NFL players because of the head traumas that they receive. But still, that is a very high percentage of men who went from having money to not having much or any money at all. But yet a lot of women are choosing to want to be with them because they're looking at them as potentially a long-term type of financial gain, you know? But that's not the case. That is not the case. But yet, women are still going to be looking at these ballers like they're everything.
A lot of times, women, men in general, everybody wants something.
And that's the part of the problem is people wanting something.
Thank you.
Everybody wants something. So it's like, even if we both have our own thing going on, me still being with you is a good look because you boost my stock. Just like you boost my, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just like she boosts his stock by being an attractive woman.
Boost your stock. It's just that simple. It's kind of like a give and take, but you have to be aware of what you're signing up for. You want to make it to the NFL, and it's kind of like, you do understand there's a lot that comes with it, right? There's gonna, like, to be able to decipher who really loves you for you, I think that's like the billion-dollar question we're all wanting to know.
This is
the easiest way I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the easiest way to decipher who really loves you for you is by who sticks around when there's very little to offer other than your time, your compassion, and love for that person, and how well you treat them. I feel like that is a good determinant of whether or not someone is really for you or for what you have.
How the game is played. Please know that. We putting you up on game because some of y'all gonna make it. I hope, pray all of y'all make it, even if you make it in the business world. That's a whole nother category of game. In that world too. They just dress it up a little different.
Yeah.
The game is the same. Only thing changed is your names.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff I just said right there.
You are useful, and it's better to be useful than useless. So you just have to have that understanding that, okay, I have something to offer, you know, whether that's financial, status-wise, whatever. And people do see that as a bonus to be with you. There's nothing wrong with that because you both of you can have stuff going on, but you just have to be aware nobody is just here for nothing. It's just about figuring out who could be there during the times of adversity. And you,
like I said, who could be there during the times of adversity? Exactly. She's actually right about that.
You would only know that going through adversity. Like if you had an injury and you weren't able to play, or just for even a short amount of time, like there are just certain things you're going to have to just see for yourself. Now,
with her saying that, being by somebody's side during the ups and downs, during the adversity, right? During the times where the athlete, if we're talking about athlete, this is sticking on the topic, during the times where the athlete may not be able to perform, or if the money goes away. Like I said, what's the percentage? 78% NFL, 60% of NBA players financially bankrupt after just 2 to 4 years after their retirement. Whether or not that woman will stick around during that type of adversity will really show you who she is for you, whether or not she is or isn't for you, right? And I wonder, it sounded good coming out of her mouth. It did, but I know a lot of y'all are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. But will she really stick to that? Is she someone who is capable of sticking around because of her reach when it comes to the accessibility that she has and the options that she has? Like she said herself, she got a lot of checks. She's like the Nike store. Her DM's like the Nike store, got a bunch of blue checks in there. She has the options to be able to move on to somebody else if, you know, she gets into a situation where adversity may show up. Maybe she feel like it's time for her to go ahead and check out, right? A lot of y'all are probably thinking right now, especially my fellas, are probably thinking, man, do I even want to bother? Do I even want to bother? Look, I'm going to put it like this. Unless you want to be lonely, completely lonely, not dealing with anybody at all on any level, I mean, it's a risk that might be worth taking. But take it wisely. Try to choose wisely, most importantly, right? And first and foremost, make sure you yourself are thinking wisely. With that being said, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Y'all know what time it is. Like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram, man, Twitter at Artofkickz. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.